I feel like you're mixed. Son mezclados. Of course you're gonna be two. There's no one. There's no this one or that. I feel like people don't understand that this world is now mixed with everything. And that it's okay to be mixed with anything. And just be you.
The kids are like me. And just for us to get that opportunity for a better future was really deep with me, honestly. And I think the fact that we are separated from the ni de aquí ni de allá by like we aren't able to speak their language because maybe we weren't taught it, that language barrier.
Around my dad's age is when, well, my age now is when my dad came to the U.S. and started working. So then I'm like I'm over here going out, and then my dad just came here to start working, and you kind of like feel guilty, and that puts even more pressure.
Welcome to Conviviendo. I'm Anaya, and today we have special guests that I'm so excited to talk to with. Today we have
Efren. My name is Efren Alejandro Science Bustillos Jr. And I am 17 years old, and I like to do graphic design.
My name is Wendy Santillana. I have another nick. I don't have a nickname. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get enough sleep.
My name is Elizabeth Rodriguez, and I'm a freshman in college. That's the only interesting thing.
Do you get bullied?
No.
Why?
Everybody's in their own world. Like literally, like college isn't like high school. Like everybody is in their own world. Nobody cares what you do, but you can't.
Right.
But you find your group. Like you're able to find your group. It's just that nobody cares what you do.
Do I introduce myself?
Yeah.
I'm Anaya. I am a senior in high school still. And yeah, in high school is different. Yeah, buscan peleas. They look for chisme. That's all they like look for.
Real? High school's like puro pelea, like drama. Everybody's like in everybody's business.
Oh God, the food there sucks too.
It's prison food.
I don't know about you guys, but my experience at high school is like the complete opposite of what you guys are telling me, because like everyone has their own friend group, right? We have the people in the parking lot that just like to hang out, ditch class, and then we have like people in their clubs and everything, and people don't really fight as well. Like we all just kind of are peaceful with one another.
Really?
And that school food, I be devouring it. I be putting like, they give me like a soggy hamburger, right? Like it might not look good, but they got like a little food stand. You could put tomatoes on it. You could put ketchup, lettuce, a little onion, all that.
Yeah. So what fast food do you guys like? Like, what is your favorite fast food? Like that you guys enjoyed and like eating?
You and I. Come on, let's tell us.
Fast food? I got sick and tired of McDonald's. Not gonna lie.
I
McDonald's,
know.
there's some secrets. Every food that they have is literally frozen. None of it is real food.
What about the soggy fries?
They're frozen, girl.
I love
everything.
those, though.
Even the cookies.
The cookies?
The cookies are frozen.
No, yeah.
Even the pies?
The pies too.
Oh my God, I'm disgusted now.
Yeah, the pies don't look good. I don't know what they like about
They look like
those.
rodents.
Rodents?
Yeah, it looks like rodents were cooked in there.
But yeah, they're not good. And then I don't know what is it. And then the oil too, where they fry the papas, the chicken nuggets, todo. It's dirty. It's dirty after a while. They use it for a while. It's dirty. And then sometimes, ponen a lot of sal too. Stop. Let me stop now.
Hey,
You're making
Anya.
me not want to go to McDonald's now. Like
Anya.
everything's frozen.
And then, no, like everything's nasty. And the ice cream too. They say that the ice cream's broken. Is really not. They just don't want to do it.
Anya.
They just don't want to do it.
Anya.
I knew it, bro.
You might get canceled.
Wait,
Anya, you might get canceled. I'm just saying.
I know, that's why I'm like, let me shut up now. What's your favorite food? Like fast food.
Come on, don't
I
be
like
shy.
Chick-fil-A. I don't know. Chick-fil-A's bomb.
Chick-fil-A
I like the
is
fruit.
really good.
Yeah, I like the fruit cups.
Yeah.
They're so good. Oh,
The hamburgers.
You gotta calm down right now, okay?
sorry. I'm just getting hungry.
I don't know. I like tacos al gordo. The one on 72 in Federal.
What? I never tried that. I never tried
Tacos
that.
al gordo, bro. They're so good.
Really?
It's on. No, it's not on Federal. It's on Pecos. they're open all the way till 3 in the morning. So imagine driving like at
What?
1 and then getting tacos with like la salsa.
Ooh, what is your favorite salsa? Do you prefer red or green? I prefer green.
On tacos, green.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think both.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
Depends on the mood of the day, I think.
true.
Yeah.
What's
do
your
it?
fast food? Wait,
What's
what's
my
your
fast
your
food?
fast food? Bro?
I think, I don't know. A lot of people don't like Subway. I really like Subway.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't had Subway in a minute.
Yeah, but
I had it.
I don't know. Every time I've had it with my mom, she always takes me, and I love it. The tuna sandwich for me, and then getting some
Tuna
cookies.
sandwich
The
is
cookies
bomb.
too. 50 cents per cookie is a steal.
Oh my
It is
god!
so good. Yeah, and I don't know. Every single time, like whenever I used to go to work with my mom, like during my summer job, we always used to go and get Subway.
Mhm.
The owner, since he couldn't pay us at the time, he actually like put it
Offer?
on the house for Subway, so we gotta get free Subway for like the whole summer.
Ooh.
So it was really nice. Yeah,
You're so
Comieron
lucky.
rico.
Wait, Wendy, share your favorite fast food.
I don't really have a fast food right now because they kind of disgust me a little because
Mhm.
like it's just like I prefer like
Comida en la casa.
sí pero
Yeah.
yeah sí pero como it's just like trying I just like I'm starting to grow out of it like the fast food because
Mhm.
like McDonald's like there's no really like like really good ones but there's like this like one that's called Hawaiian barbecue
Mhm.
that's about like it's like I think it's open but like I might go there one day and try it see if it's good because that's like the first like the actual first one to be there actually not gonna lie there's like not many Hawaiian barbecues there and I'm interested in Hawaiian barbecues.
We should get into today's topic.
Yeah. So today's conversation that we're talking about is ni aquí y ni allá. So we have seen a video about Becky G talking a little bit about it, and we are going to see that video any second now, and we're gonna see what we think about it and how that relates to us and to our life.
Mexican American. I was born and raised here in LA. And it's interesting to me how I always it was always like the 50-50, you're half this, half that. And I didn't like that. There was something about that that never sat well with me. And I think it's because it made me feel like in order to be accepted here, I have to give up a part of myself. And in order to be accepted there, I have to give up a part of myself. And in reality, it's like I am who I am. I shouldn't have to give up any of who it is that is my true authentic being to be accepted somewhere to fit into this space, this shape, right? That doesn't feel organic to me. That doesn't feel natural to me. Even hanging around my cousins who were from Mexico and them telling me I was American. And I'm like, well, I guess technically, yeah, but like I don't know. When I'm in America, they tell me that I'm Mexican. So which one am I? And there's this saying in Spanish, ni de aquí, ni de allá. You're not from here, you're not from there. And then I would respond to that. Entonces, ¿dónde me quedo? Like, well, in that case, where do I stay? Like, where do I belong? And so it's kind of like rewriting that to say like, no, sí soy. Like I am from here and from there. Sí soy de aquí y de allá, and it's kind of what inspired the album Esquinas, because I am not this side or that side of the streets that raised me. I am the corner of two flags, two cultures, two languages, and I know I'm not the only one.
Period.
Oh, okay,
I
go on.
agree with Becky G said though. Like I don't feel like anyone that is like actually too like how do I say it? Like too
Too explicit.
yeah, like Mexicanos or I'm from Colorado. I feel like there isn't really one that you want to choose because I feel like you're mixed. Son
Yeah.
mixteados. Of course, you're gonna be two. There's no one. There's no this one or that. I feel like people don't understand that this world is now mixed with everything, and that it's okay to be mixed with anything, and just be you. I feel like that's the main thing that she's talking about too, because she wanted to feel herself.
Yeah.
She didn't feel herself when people were telling, "Oh, which one are you?" She
Yeah.
didn't feel herself. That's what she said, and that's what I liked. What she was being honest. What do y'all think?
I believe that Well, también it depends where we come from, ¿verdad?
Mhm.
So, for example, I'm from here, but my
Mhm.
parents are from Mexico, and they're from two different types of Mexico. So
Mhm.
obviously they both have different cultures. That's that's shown to me as well. So
Mhm.
even in Mexico, there's like a ni like
Yeah.
asking, like there's a mixture as well.
Mhm.
So I believe, but I totally agree. Like sometimes you like when you're here and you're with your like paisano,
Mhm.
you're like, oh yeah, like I belong. But then when I go visit or when I'm with my family, you're like, oh, you're too like either you're too white or you're too
Mhm.
are you too
Or no
this?
se quieren a juntar contigo just
Uh-huh,
because you're
exactly.
from here or there. Because they're like, oh, you're different. You act different.
Mm-hmm.
You also speak different, and all this situation. But I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I'm just over here trying to hang out with you. Y tú no quieres because I'm just from over here.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mhm.
like, that doesn't really affect you or affects anything. I mean, it might affect your thinking,
Yeah.
pero like it really doesn't mean anything because that's who you are. And that's
Or when they try to hook you up with someone to give them papers, bro. No, I was like,
Bruh, for real.
I was like, I was
Especially in
like,
Mexico cuando vas, they're always
they're
like,
like,
ah, vete con este pa' que,
para
'cause-"
que te dé
yeah, I
papeles.
know.
I was like,
I'm like, no.
but like, where are your guys' parents from?
Yeah. Oh, my parents are from Mexico, Zacatecas. But
Somos paisanos.
sí, somos paisanos.
Paisanos.
But they moved over here in California
Mhm.
first, and then they moved to Colorado.
Mm.
So I wish they stayed in Mexico. But
Mhm.
they did want to move over here for the money,
Mhm.
better opportunities
Mhm.
like in school, jobs, maybe better incomes too. But they just wanted a better future for the kids slash me,
Mhm.
la hija.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I have to raise my hand, but um not to be rude or not being disrespectful, but you look
It's
like a
okay.
California girl. I'm so sorry.
California girl.
Yeah, like
Give those vibes.
You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people. There was this one teacher. He
Mhm.
came up to me. I don't have him. I don't have him at all. He came up to me. He was like, "Are you black?" I was like, "What?"
What?
And I was like, "No. What? Why did you just came up to me and ask me that? Just like I don't even know him. I don't talk to him. Never seen him. He came up to me. Are you black?" And I was like, "No." And then he was like, "Oh, you don't look nothing." And I told him I'm Hispanic. He was like, "You're not Hispanic." And I was like, yes, I am. And he didn't believe me until I started speaking. And I just thought that was like kind of rude and disrespectful
Mhm.
because he just assumed me like that.
I know, like that's what like
The-
some people do
The
nowadays.
fact that people just assume that too.
Yeah.
I think I could relate with both of you actually, like in the way that we got here because both of my parents are actually from Sonora and Chihuahua. So they're both from different parts of Mexico. And the journey getting here and everything it was just like the same thing as you guys said. It was like opportunity for the kids or like me.
Mhm.
And just for us to get that opportunity for a better future
Mhm.
was really deep with me, honestly. And I think the fact that we are separated from the ni de aquí ni de allá
Mhm.
by like we aren't able to speak their language because maybe we weren't taught it, that language barrier.
Mhm.
And then like a story like from when I went to go to Mexico a few years back, I couldn't really speak Spanish that well. I was more of a no sabo back then too. And I still try to communicate with my cousins. I tried, and even though we still connected a lot, I still did not feel like I was from there.
Mhm.
So that barrier of both culture and language is what really separated both my family and my culture.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone got like different situations too with their speaking. Cause I know some
Mhm.
friends that don't speak it at all too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but they're like their family speak it like a lot, but they
Mhm.
just don't. And then they just don't understand. There's really different modos.
Mhm.
There's not really one.
No,
But yeah.
it's funny though because my mom never wanted to come.
Why?
She was because she had her little negocito and like
Oh.
where because my mom's from Michoacan
Mhm.
and my dad's from Zacatecas. So in Michoacan, she had like her own little business and she was
Period.
like, I don't need to come here, but she came for her sister.
I have another question for you guys.
Yeah.
What was your experience like within your childhood when you were growing up? Like, was it different from a regular person that would live here or grew up here in the United States?
It was definitely different. I personally loved it. My childhood in Mexico. Mine was in
Mm.
Mexico. It was relajante. We were with the family, talking, haciendo tonterías. But I really loved it. It is very different than now because everyone grown up, everyone has their own life, but everyone lived, everyone switched different lugares too. They took their own pathways, but the experience I learned from there and here is that the way that they run things is different. Is way different. Mexico, you can be mostly free y serlo, not like que quieras, pero like what you want, you know?
Like
But
freedom,
yeah,
basically.
freedom.
Yeah.
And be you without being judged. That's what I love too. And aquí, you have to be careful of what you do because they're going to be always eyes on you or judging you
Exactly.
or always saying something.
No, yeah, I totally agree because growing up, I went to a white school.
Oh.
No, like I'm gonna be straight up. Like it was like literally, it was like 3 people of color, and that's
Mhm.
including me in a classroom.
Mhm.
And pues one of the girls knew how to speak English, but I was barely learning how to speak Spanish. And I was like, bro, es que I would tell the teacher, I'm like, it's because no te entiendo, and she would be like, no, it's because and she would tell the little girl to translate, and I'm like, no. And then I would get pulled out of the class, and I would be taught how to speak English and everything. But honestly, I found it was really hard learning a new language, and also like as you grow up, you start speaking one English more than the other, and you kind of forget. So that kind of related to Efren when he said
Mhm.
I was started becoming a no sabo kid because before my cousins came to live with me when like they're from Mexico and then they would come here and they would live with us, I started practicing more my Spanish with them. And I'm like, bro, I just realized how much se me estaba olvidando like the Spanish because that's all you talk in at school, just English.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
What do you think?
Same you kind of like here, but what I started like I will while you guys were talking, the more I thought like you were talking about how you was it that you speak Spanish when you were at like school?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I thought like memories back, and I like remembered that I used to like I actually like speak English, and I started getting confused on why, and I remembered it was because my mom teach me how to speak Spanish, and then without her, I mean it's English. Without her, I couldn't speak English nor Spanish too. But and that helped me to communicate with other kids. But now that I'm here, and where it's kind of like I mean now that I'm here, like in the present day, it's it's like it's a decision. Like I have to speak like I have to speak more Spanish than English or English and then more like more English or Spanish like that, and it's kind of stressing a little. You know.
Yeah. Especially with your parents too, since they put more like they put a lot of weight on you since que sabes inglés.
Oh
That's
my god,
what
the
I hate.
translation.
Oh,
Man.
oh
Like,
God.
¿Pa qué vas a la escuela? Like, you'll be like
Always
8
that.
years old. Like, you'll be like 8 or 6 years old. And they're like, I need you to translate this for me. And then you're
Mhm.
like translating. Then you're literally translating. And you're like, I don't know this word. Like, you
No,
translate the whole page.
yes.
And that's the one word that you don't know. They're like, entonces, ¿pa qué no te mando a la escuela? Like, ¿pa qué
Yeah,
quieres
¿para
ir a
qué
la
sabes
escuela?
inglés pues? And I'm
Exactly.
like, what?
I'm like,
I didn't choose.
I'm sorry, I'm a 6-year-old girl
Oh,
reading like a
God.
document, like a government document of
God.
I don't know what. I was like, I don't know what I'm reading. Like I'm translating it to you, but I'm honestly don't know what I'm reading.
It actually happens to me. Once I did actually translate it to her, but like I started getting confused on how to say it, and she had like her phone, and then she wrote down the word, and then it translated to her. I was like, "What's the point of you asking me to translate it if you have a phone that could translate it?" But nowadays, like sometimes she does use her phone,
Mm-hmm.
and my sister. like now they're kind of bothering her because she can translate it. So I'm glad of that. Okay, I don't want to be bothered. I have things to do. It's more important than translating. Okay.
I think the hard part about actually translating is there's specific words that my mom asked me, like, mijo, ¿cómo dices prima in English? And I go, cousin. ¿Y primo? Cousin. So the same thing, mijo? And I'm like, yeah, it is the same thing. And it's like that for like all like the feminine and masculine words. And she gets confused a lot on that too.
Yeah.
So
Like I even teach her too. Like she tries to learn words and I tell her she gets it, but then she's like, wait, isn't this exactly the same?
Now they low-key be knowing English out of
for
nowhere.
real.
Like you're
Nomás
like
cuando
you
quieran.
like you be at the store
Yes.
and you're like trying to translate, you're trying to figure out, and they're like, "Ya me desesperaste." You know what? I'm trying to find this and this, and we're like, "What?" I think you didn't know English, man.
they take matter into their own hands.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done with this kid. I'm doing it myself.
Yes, they be hiding it from you, dude.
I know. Like
Low-key, I felt like an outsider because
Yeah.
even like it's hitting me. It hit me like a senior or junior year in high school. Like I would be hanging out with some of my friends, and then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, like I did this and this and this," and my friends like, "You know how to do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like I've been doing it for years." And then when I want to like hang out with friends or like act my age, I don't like it.
Yeah,
Like,
because it feels weird.
it feels weird and you feel misplaced. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's the right word or the right term, but you feel like misplaced because you're like, there's kids, literally kids my age. They're either like ditching school, like how Efren said. Oh wait, no, like how either they like skip school or like they're out like going to the movies. They're out doing this and. Pero I always felt misplaced because I'm like, I don't like the things that the kids my age are doing. Like, and I feel like I was able to like when I would talk with an adult, I felt more understood, and I feel like I had a more belonging because I'm like, oh my god, they understand what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to do or like what I have fun with, and then so it was like you're like I don't know if I should act my age or not.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like there thinking like I don't know if this is something someone my age should do.
Yeah.
And then I hate it because my parents would be like cuz my parents were like presumir how much I know. So then my uncles come to me and they're like, "Oh, como tú ya sabes cómo hacer eso, like you help me with it." But then I'm like, "You have your own kids. My
Yeah.
age. They speak two languages like me. Like they could figure it out just how I figure it out."
Yeah.
And because my dad's like, if you don't know how to do it, investigamelo. And I'm like, what? Like, okay. And I'm there doing my research. I'm like, hey, like this is what I found. And I feel like that's what I hated, but then I loved because I loved that now as an adult.
Que ya sabemos.
I'm not struggling as how much as my friends are, but then at the same time I'm struggling like to socialize and be within the people my age.
Yeah.
And being able to like connect to them.
I want to ask, like, what part of your childhood did you not feel very connected with your friends that you felt like out of place?
To be honest, I feel like I wasn't connected really much with my parents. To be honest, no fue because we just didn't have like just a good relationship. I feel it's because it was also mixed with the English and just English and me going to school that made that relationship not really good. And it was because she put a lot of weight on me because just because I go to school and know English that I should know everything. That's what really did my mental really bad because at that point I had to learn it. I had to because I wanted a course to help my mom. Pero at that point I also lost myself and got confused. Who am I? Or who am I supposed to hang out? What am I supposed to be? Or how am I supposed to act? Or this and blah blah blah. So I got lost.
I would like to add that growing up, I'm the older sister. So since fourth grade, because both of my parents were working, I had the responsibility of my sister. So then I was technically raising my sister, and there was a point in my life that made me realize it wasn't okay for like a fourth grader to be like, because because it was when my little sister was starting to call me mom. I was like, what? And then I'll be in la tienda and they're like, oh my god, you had like a daughter and like it's such a young age. I'm like, no, dude, like that's my sister. like me no have no child.
Mhm.
I was like, I don't want no child. Like, and I feel like that's also what disconnected me as well, because not only did I have the responsibility of my sister, but also the household, because both of my parents would go to work. So like I
Yeah.
would wake up early in the morning, pack stuff for my sister, and then take her to the babysitting, and then come home and then get ready for school, and then walk to go to school, and then from school figure out what kind of ride I'm gonna go back home, and then go home, and then do los quehaceres in la casa, and then do my homework, and then go to sleep. And it was like a routine.
Yeah.
And it's like how you were saying, Anaya, that messed up my mentality. And that also is what made me mature, because I was in a young age already
Maturing.
maturing, and I was doing what a mom and a dad are supposed to do. I was like, oh, I was telling my sister this and I'm taking that. And at that point when I was taking care of my sister, I was also taking care of another girl, another little girl, because no sé, like she looked like que la abandonaron, and I just took her in because I was like, I'm not gonna let her suffer how I did.
Yeah.
And I also took her in. So I was not only taking care of two children, but I was also taking myself as a child. So and I feel like that messed me up a lot, because I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And when I see like that, like kids my age can't do a lot of things, I'm like, bro, like in fifth grade I was already doing this and this and this. How can you not do
Yes.
that? And I'm like, wait, I can't compare, because what I'm doing is different from their childhood. And my childhood was like raising two people that weren't even aren't my kids.
Yeah.
Like one is my sister and one was like the neighbor's kid. And then I was translating and then like doing like their legal documents, and they're going to la escuela. I was like, bro, I was so confused.
Yeah.
That
¿Para
sounds
qué
like
quieren hijos?
I know.
For
That sounds
But-
like so much pressure to have at such a young age. Like around how old were you at the time?
I was 4, so I was like my sister's age, so 10.
10 years old
Yeah,
to
I was
be
10.
taking care of two kids and taking care of yourself while also doing everything else that a normal middle schooler would do, right? Yeah. I think that's like a 9 to 5 basically, like mentality,
Yeah.
being tired all the time. I don't know if I've experienced something like that, but for me it's more of a pressure, in like an invisible pressure that you don't really see, but having that pressure of being the first generation American and being the oldest and the first person in basically your entire generation, and like from your ancestry, to be graduating and to be just doing all of these opportunities that your parents and your grandparents weren't able to do. The pressure is really intense. Like you are expected to be able to learn these new languages, expected to do good in every single, well, basically every single class, and basically failing is a cost that you can't really repay, because your parents like moved to United States to have this like once in a lifetime opportunity for you. You can't really come back from that if you fail. So for me, I've been pressured like in doing all-nighters and just staying on top of my work nonstop for all of these 12 years of education. And it's not really talked about a lot. I thought it really hasn't. I've been with friends who I text at like 3 in the morning working on their essays, and it's really insane. But in the end, it does pay off. But it's a huge struggle for me.
Yeah.
It's like perfectionism, basically.
Yeah, and I think that's why. Well, I don't know about me. I know about me, but I don't know about y'all. But I have a fear of failing.
Oh yeah.
That's the fear that I have, that I still have and had over a minute since, like with my parents. Like I'm scared to be a failure for them. I don't want to be a failure for them.
You feel like a failure, or like you feel guilty on having like a good time, you know?
And that too.
Like I'm like, I feel bad that I'm able to do all this, because around my dad's age is when, well, my age now is when my dad came to the US and started working. So then I'm like I'm over here going out, and then my dad just came here, start working, and you kind of like feel guilty, and that puts even more pressure on you.
Yeah.
But what about you, Wendy? Like,
Mostly, I do actually feel mostly very scared of failing all the time. So, like, like y'all have been talking about, even like, yo, like I'm more young. I'm like 12, and you guys are much older than me, and I haven't like pretty much haven't experienced what you guys experienced. But I've mostly found like there's some things I have actually experienced. Like
Mhm.
I try to get straight A's because it's just because my mom tells me to get straight A's. I didn't like that. I don't,
Yeah.
and it just felt like I wasn't even good enough.
Yeah, because you tried your best, and like sometimes I feel like parents don't understand that
Their
they don't.
words are powerful, and they don't.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes they don't know what, like they know what they say things, but I feel like they mentally don't know what they're actually saying to us, because their words affect us really hard,
Mm-hmm.
even though they think they're not. Because my mom, she tells me, "Oh, tú que pasaste, apenas estás joven."
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets me really mad when she tells me that, because I'm like, yes, I'm still joven, pero I've been experienced a lot of things and I'm barely joven.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Experiencing.
Those struggles that you experience, like all of us are sharing right now, do you think those are more about like the American type of culture of stress, or more of like a Mexican culture
I
type
think
of
it's
stress?
American.
It's a Mexican for
think?
me. It's just like Mexicans put a little pressure. It's because I've seen like there's kids that are Latinas and Latinos, and then they have like and when I see them and I see their actions, they behave so differently. Like it gives you a hint that they've been grown like they've been like teach by Mexican
Mm-hmm.
like they were like teach by their Mexican parents, but those
That's
parents
true.
like don't like it just makes you feel like those parents are like millennials, you know? Like actually though, they use like those soft parenting.
But I feel like that's an immigrant thing
Really?
because when I talk to my American friends, they're like they talk back and
You're right,
they do
Oh,
all these
yeah.
things, and I'm like, bro, like I would never talk to like the minute I talk back, there's like
La chancla.
the
Flew to
hand,
me, bro.
the hand is bro for real, like the hand is up, el cinto
I
magically
know.
appears,
Corriendo arriba pa' abajo.
bro, and then the moms be angling the chancla, like I don't
Aim
know.
shot. I'm telling
Bro,
you,
that's their
aim.
superpower, man. But no, like I talk to my American friends and they're like, yeah, dude, like I don't know.
No, really. Like, they don't care about them. They
Like they
don't care what they
disobey their
do.
parents a lot too.
Yeah, I'm
There's
like,
something they do. I don't know.
I don't know. There's something
I
about
think
it.
it's just an American thing, but like in Mexican culture, we don't really do that to our parents.
That's
Mhm.
true.
And
Yeah.
and like yeah, so that's why I believe it's like an immigrant thing because when I talk to other mixed families,
Mhm.
they're like, oh yeah, I felt that, and like I relate to you because
Mhm.
I've also done this and this and that, and I'm like, oh my god, like even in other cultures and then being immigrant coming here, they also relate to that.
Yeah.
So I just believe that it's an immigrant thing. So tengo una prima. Recently there was like a cousin that moved in with me, and she's from here, from the US, but she lived her whole life in Mexico.
Oh.
So then she comes here and she's like, oh my god, like your dad can give you this and this and this and that. I was like, I'm like, my dad can? I'm like, bro, last time I checked, I had to work my butt off.
Oh god.
Cause I'm like, my dad's no. She's like, yeah, like you have this and this and this, and you're able to do this and this and this. And like they start saying how much of a privilege you have and how much you can do. I was like, no, dude, like I've worked my butt off to be where I am right now. And it's not all because of my parents. Cause I feel like that's the misconception. Cause I feel like people from Mexico or families from Mexico believe that because you are from here, you have everything.
Mhm.
Like, oh my god, you can get like a computer de alta nivel, or
Mhm.
like you can get an Apple computer
Apple.
if you wanted
Yeah.
to. And you're like, bro, I had to work like this many
Tantos años.
hours to buy a computer, or this many hours to buy a phone,
Yeah.
or stuff like that. And I feel like they have a misconception that everything is given to you and everything is free. And I'm like, bro, no. Like if you don't even work a day.
I think the stress or that kind of stress is both Mexican and American,
Mhm.
because think of it like for just like an average family in America that wasn't migrated, always had been here. They don't understand like the stakes and the stress and the reputation that they need to give to their parents in terms of acceptance and effort. Just because for me, like have I already said before, like the journey that my parents got here just to be able to make like minimum wage money and expect me to do all these things compared to someone that already lives here in America. They don't really need to do much because they could get a car, they could get the computer from their family.
Tienen los papeles.
Exactly.
Like-
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like we were talking about uh like how they think you can get like free, you get the free stuff.
Mhm.
Like I'm just I'm right here like thinking, why would they think that? It's like why couldn't they ask you first, like if you bought us something and they're like, did your parents give you that? And then you're like, no, and they're like, are you sure? And then you're like, I'm telling you, I bought it myself. So and I like I've been trying to I don't know. I want to say I don't know. I think it's useless for me saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Mhm.
Like I've been trying to like buy stuff for myself and try to learn how grown-ups are, like how they do their taxes and all of that.
Mhm.
And I've been trying like to find my way to like like be how they save their money and like how they.
You want to learn.
Yes, but I'm too scared to ask my mom. But I'm learning for myself mostly.
So,
I've been wanting a job for like a while now, and I've been asking my mom. I was like, "Can I get a job?" She's like,
No, porque estás muy joven.
Yeah.
And I just want a job, like we're like in Convivir, and like they pay you for like going here. I'm like I mean, it's kind of like a job because like you stay there, like you do that, and then and then you go like sometimes you go home late or not. But like I want to have like an actual job, like a job that I can feel the stress I need.
I know,
Like
girl.
the
I feel like you should still enjoy like the age you are right now.
I believe throughout this whole podcast, we have all shared how like we've like the differences in being like coming from a mixed family. So I believe even though we've all talked about our bad experiences, I believe that good things have come from those experiences. I believe that we've all said like, yeah, like I struggled this and this and that, but we have all said that, oh yeah, like there's good things about it because I'm not struggling as an adult. Like I'm more aware, but then at the same time now I'm living my childhood. What I couldn't live back then, I'm living it now, and I'm being able to like see both sides and explore both sides, and I'm being able to appreciate too.
Yeah, and to be honest, if I haven't experienced that whole situation, I wouldn't say I'm proud of myself who I am now, to be honest. Because I love being de allí y de allá. I love being it. Because I feel like that's some spice into your life.
Like it makes you different.
Yeah, it makes you unique. It makes your own self. Because I feel like si eres de aquí y de allá, there's not a lot of people that are the same. Que es de aquí y de allá. So I feel like everyone has their own unique way of showing and expressing that. And I really love that I got to learn who I am by those two experiences and learning from different ways and growing up how to use them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had an art project that I had to do this last semester, and I decided to do the topic of identity. And for me, it was just something like, okay, just identity, like Mexican, I'm American. It was like that. No, my teacher, he wanted me to dig a little more deeper. And I was getting, it was like an art project based on different things like art and religion. And then it came to music. And my teacher was like, what kind of music are you listening to? Or do you listen to it on a daily basis? And I just listed a bunch. And there are two types of music that really strongly connect with me. I have both the cultural music, things like Hispanic music, corridos, rancheras, todo eso. And then we have the American music, which is with like Y2K-ish music, pop, rap. All of that here. Yeah, rap. And being able to have two of like this type of taste of music really connected me a lot and made me think deeper of myself, as well as how my mom always says that I'm not just one person at this point. I am two people with the way that I'm able to speak both Spanish and English and have basically two separate lives, both in Mexican and American culture.
Yeah, and I feel like you have better
Amen.
opportunities.
Exactly.
Amen. La hallelujah.
Put that on your resume. Say that
I'm
I'm
God.
2 people. I should be getting paid double.
Yes.
We should actually use that.
Yeah.
Pay double 2 people.
Wait, how about you, Wendy?
I've actually experienced that. Ni de aquí ni de allá. Mostly at school. Since now that I'm in 6th grade, I feel like sometimes I just feel like awful,
I know.
dreadful. I feel like I'm not like there. I'm not supposed to be there. And then I just feel so emotional. And then there's times I don't. And then I start noticing, I'm not from here. Why am I here? Like people are like
doubts.
I know like they help. Like
Yeah, school makes
Like
you
them.
feel like that.
it makes me feel like I'm not supposed to be there. I'm supposed to be somewhere else where it's more like it's not like them, like immatures who just walk around looking like the explosion, the mushroom explosion or whatever.
So then,
Emotion.
in one word, how would you describe all this?
Where do you feel like you is supposed to be here?
I feel like I'm supposed to be in Convivir. Y'all make me
Oh
feel.
God,
Yeah.
Y'all
that was
make me
about
feel
to
so
say.
A
bad.
little promo.
Oh God,
actually,
let me
though,
promo me out y'all
I
real
feel
Like,
quick.
shout out Convivir. They make me feel so like I'm welcome. I'm like there.
Not just that. I feel like they all have the same mindset and the same
Goal.
ideas and goals that we
Yeah.
have. And I feel like every young age, or it doesn't matter the age, we still think alike. That's what I like.
So what I'm hearing is we're ending this podcast as Conviviendo. Like we all.
Oh God.
We're gonna
Connection,
come
yeah.
See what I did there?
I think one phrase that I'd like to take away from this podcast is that as someone who is mixed, that
Mhm.
you are not one person, but you are two with 2 separate lives, 2 separate cultures, but all connected back to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's beautiful.
Period. That sounded
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Come out of his mouth. I'm about to cry.
Put it in the Bible. Wait.
What?
Yeah, put it in the Bible. The others, no. Yeah, be in the Bible. I'm gonna start doing that when I hear more phrases. Okay.
I'm gonna take his phrase. His phrase was beautiful.
I'm gonna
Hey,
copyright
beautiful.
that.
too.
Nah, but just be you and find yourself. You
Yeah.
can totally find yourself with
Nothing is impossible.
two. Oh God.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just gotta find it.
Be like a fish in the water trying to find it.
Exactly.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming.
See y'all next time.
Bye.